With any luck, this is all working. All right, I got the chat working as well. Let's see how this looks. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Dun, dun, dun. You got in really quick. All right, so I've got the progress from the other night. I'll go over that in just a second. Actually, I should probably post these links up real quick. I'm using Streamlabs OBS rather than a regular OBS. It seemed to be running faster on the laptop that I have, which is an i5 with only 12 gig of RAM. I have a newer laptop on order, but I'm not going to see that until December, so I'm looking forward to that showing up because this thing is slow. So anyway, laptop number 1 has an external monitor with the instructions on a big 24-inch monitor. And so what I'll do is let me go ahead and get this posted out to Facebook and let people know that, hey, we are streaming. I'll cover what we did the other night. I was seriously, I had good intentions of doing something last night, but probably like so many of you, the other night I was oops, sorry, I got feedback going on here. I was seriously wiped out from Thanksgiving. I was just, nope, I don't have the time, patience, or wherewithal to, to mess with a 3D printer tonight. All right, so I have the shortcut here, and let's go ahead and post this. So if the sound or the video doesn't look right or sound right, let me know. Because right now I am just trying to make sure that everything is working properly. And it looks like this thing is, that's not the right setting. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, let's go here. Let me turn off my sound on my laptop this way. I don't have that beeping at me. Ta-da! Well, I think so far it says 2 people, so that's cool. All right, so let me just do a quick little blurb here, just to let people know that we are resuming the build. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to post a link on the FolgerTech Facebook group. This is the FolgerTech FT-i3 Mega. It's essentially a CR10 kit, style design. You know, it's another i3. Oh, a CR20? Yeah, those look interesting. The CR20s are interesting how they have all the electronics, you know, all pieced together. All right, let me, I got some people bummed out I didn't share this in enough locations, so let me quickly post it on Word Radio School. And all right, it looks like, oh, an i3 Mark III. This is gives you an idea of some of the parts and pieces. And what I find fascinating is how large that print head is, because it has the direct drive. So the the stepper motor is on top of the. Let me put that back so it doesn't clang here. And then we get the base of the frame. Oh, I got Facebook asking me stuff. Here we go. All right, so I think Facebook's taken care of. Yes, maybe. All right, and then make sure I see everything here. All right, so yeah, this is going to be a big printer. I mean, it's going to be 300 by 300 by 300, I believe. I should probably share with you guys the link so you guys can see what we're working on. And all right, if I can just have the world of Google and Facebook stop giving me pop-ups, that would be fantastic. Okay, here we go. And so this printer kit sells for $349. And what's interesting from what you guys are talking about, the CR20s, you know, and the Prusa and what have you, this is going to have the motors for the Z-screw up top versus what you're used to is, you know, down the bottom. So this should be interesting. So let me go ahead and pop this link over so you guys can take a peek at it if you wish. There we go. Looks like the stream health is doing well, so fantastic there. And let me move this up to live, just in case I'm missing anything. Oops, apparently I have my phone on. Apologies. All right. As you can see, I've got two mice going here, so I'm trying to keep track of each. So very good. So this seems to be working out fairly well. All right, so we're just gonna go through real quick here. I got a couple cameras set up here. Obviously, I've got one here set up for the instructions, so I will share that with you as we go through. I also have, of course, this is my Canon T7i. This is the zoom out camera, the better camera. I also have, sitting over here, I have a little webcam, so we can get up close and personal here as we're putting stuff together. Because I do want to save this video so that if anyone else is building an FT-i3 Mega in the future, they can come back to this video and scroll through the parts needed to get theirs built. And then, of course, the laptop has its own camera as well. I just want to explain, there is directly above me a very bright LED shop light. It does put like a white glow over my head, so it was kind of funny the other night. People thought I was being called home to Jesus, so it's not the case. Not the case. It's not my time. So that's the reason why we're getting the lighting that we're getting. So let me go back to this view over here. Real quick, if you're not a subscriber to my channel already, where Nerdy is Cool, please consider becoming one. You don't want to miss any of my cool videos. That would be awesome. And in this pile of stuff here, we have put together, we have the Z-screw, we've got the chrome rods. These pieces here are 3D printed. This was an early release kit, and there was a change made. The first version of the kit, what had happened was he decided to change I think it was the pitch of the Z-screws. So that required a change to these pieces. He now includes these, but he had sent me the STL so I could print my own. One of the issues I had along the way, and I covered this, if you saw the video the other night, I had tried to print these in PLA, and I didn't have a lot of trouble. I'm sorry, I didn't have a lot of success. Now, he prints them in ABS. I don't print in ABS because the stuff smells, and I just don't want to deal with it. So I print them in PLA hoping for the best, and this was with the Polyalchemy Elixir. I just wanted to see how well I could do it, and then I also tried it with Matterforge Matte Black, and it came out really great. But then I discovered something is when I was going to slide the bearings in there, the bearings were popping out. And I think what was happening, and again, I'll leave it to you guys to chime in what you think, but I think what was going on here, first of all, I wasn't using as much infill as he was on my first two attempts. The next thing is I think we know this for a fact, and I got to look it up again to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that ABS has a higher shrinkage than PLA does. So that explains why these guys probably didn't have the tolerances tight enough to hold those bearings in there. So I printed these in polycarbonate PC, and those have worked perfect. So that's what we're using. That was printed on the Ultimaker. I used Ultimaker brand polycarbonate and did it with Cura. It came out really nice, and so far everything is fitting together. So, and then behind me here is the G-Tech A10, which is a printer I have nothing good to say about, so I won't go any further. All right, so this was, hello German printing nerd. God, it must be late. I always feel bad. I'm always starting these when it's probably 3 in the morning for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, and as you can see, look at the size of that. So that just makes me wonder, you know, well, I'm already thinking upgrades, of course, when I look at this, but in order to upgrade this, you would have to change a lot of things. But there's a lot of mass here. So we're going to relocate this someplace where the cat won't get it. All right, and then we have this right here, which is our the frame so far. Looks like I got something here. One of the wrappers from one of the bearings. 2 AM, wow. One of the things I wanted to do with this, I meant to, but I did not want to go to any stores today. I did want to get a carpenter square, you know, one of those L-shaped things, because I'd really like to do is make sure that all these frame pieces are square. You know, so the other thing I could do too, I don't have a yardstick. I got a measuring tape somewhere around here. I could also measure diagonally each side to make sure they're square. So, you know, something that I did regularly with my FT5 kit. You know, it's one thing to take all these pieces, line them up as best as you can, and tighten them up. But sometimes you'll notice further down the road, or if you wait till the very end when you start printing, sometimes things don't work quite right, and it turns out the frame isn't square. Oops. So, all right, so I'm going to relocate this as well. All right. And as the pastor would say, turn your Bibles to. Okay, so this is going to be the intersection of the printer. This is going to be those pieces in the center are going to be what the build plate attaches to. So essentially what we're doing is we're going to be putting the last 2 chrome rods in there, and that's going to provide the gantry, so to speak, of what we're building. Fantastic. So what I will do, well, you guys are looking at the instructions ahead of me here. Dun, dun, dun. Hello. All right, so let's get these pieces set to go. And again, I want to be a good host, so as always, let me say first of all, hello, welcome to my channel. If you're not a subscriber, please become one. Love to have you there. I also, just so you guys are aware, I have a Facebook page, where Nerdy is Cool, and Instagram. So I post a lot of stuff there on a pretty regular basis, so if you guys are curious what I'm doing, what's going on, there it is. And if you guys wish to, because I know you guys probably don't know each other, say hello, tell me where you're from, and how are you doing? And I'd also be curious what kind of printers you got. Okay, so I got a, that's not the right one. Alright, so we got pieces galore here. Alright, so we don't need those yet, or do we? Alright, so we need, we're looking at our instructions again really quickly here. So we need 2 of the SCS-8UU. Okay, it's an impressive name, but that's 2 of those. SCS-8LUU, which is going to be this guy. Got it? All right, I need 2 chrome rods, which I have right here. And if I can make more noise, I will. Let's see. Okay, and then we need the... how many of these do we need? We need 2... Alright, that's going to be these guys. And then we're going to need, okay, I got that. Alright, so now it's just a matter of getting all the hardware here. So we need 4 M5 by 10 millimeter. And we're digging through parts and pieces here. Alright. Hello, James. No, I did not order the FT-6. I work for the state, and as a state employee, I do not get paid until the end of the month. So, unfortunately, I am a little bit budget constrained right now. Is that the politically correct way of saying I can't afford something? Alright. So, 4 of those. M4 by 25 millimeter. Number 18. Dun dun dun. Alright, I'm looking through my part stack here. Trying to figure out if I'm missing hardware or not. Alright, and this is why it comes in handy to have these guys all stacked out. Now let's see, this is another baggie of stuff that I found sitting here, so I am willing to bet that these might be it. Okay, so as you guys may or may not know, I am one of those kind of people that I am very blunt about what I like and what I don't like. The one thing I don't like about this kit is having to go through and organize all the hardware. Alright, 1, 2, 3. But that is just me, and then when, as is usually the case, when I mention something is inconvenient, I am told that it would cost thousands of dollars for them to change this. And then everyone boo-hoos me for being lazy. I just think it'd be convenient. Alright. So, I am looking at this diagram here and trying to determine the best way to do this. So let's go back to the instructions. Alright, so we know that first of all we have to get these guys out of the wrappers. But yeah, that's, I know it's a kit, it's supposed to save you time and money, but man, organizing all that hardware is a real drag. That's the one downside of a kit. Okay. And trash. Alright, so we're looking at the directions here. Slide to SM. Alright, so we gotta get these guys out. Strong wax paper. Alright, so these are my SFH8s, right? Yep. And then the M5 by 25 millimeter. Alright, so I'm just kind of follow the picture here. So what I'm doing is I'm looking at the this side over here and just trying to get these guys installed. Let's see, M5 T-nuts. All right. loosely mount the SFH with M5 by 25mm using the bolt. Yeah, okay, so these are alright. That should qualify as loosely mounted. Alright. Oh, you guys in chat got very, very quiet. What's going on, guys? Now, I'm curious if those are going to have to I suppose these are going to have to go my bet is these guys are going to have to be mounted inside the rail of the frame, so that's why we want to mount them loosely so that, oops, trying to think ahead and save myself a little bit of drama. Oops. Alright. Yeah, because I suspect these guys are going to have to go in, and then when we tighten them, they're going to bite into the 2020 frame. Hey, good, you guys are alive. Alright. Okay. Those guys are what we would call loosely in. Now, so these are only going to be gripped on one side. That's interesting. Alright. So let's get these guys in here. Quickly running out of desk space already. Alright, so basically all I'm doing is I'm looking at pictures and trying to copy them. So, alright. Yep, true, diagonal will work. Alright. And then the other side. Okay, and then it says, so I got these 4 screws here, which are just going to, so it looks like, I think I got the gist of this. Alright, well, the fun part's going to be trying to put this into the frame. Okay, I'm just putting these guys on here with 2 or 3 turns. And so what I'm working on right now is on this side. So we got the screw going in from here and then the T-nut on the outside. So it looks like what's going to happen, this is going to set inside the 2020 beam and then be secured into place. And I gotta say, so far this aluminum composite material, ACM, isn't so bad. I was expecting to have cut myself a couple times on the edges here, but it hasn't been the case. All right. German printing nerd, Dawn, have yourself a good evening from all of us here in the United States and elsewhere. All right. Hoorah. So, we survived another step. So, and okay, so we knew this was coming. All right. So the frame is coming back. All right, now I gotta try to find room on the desk. All right, so let's move him. I got a bunch of pieces of plastic from the blast off of the ACM. All right, Kramer, come on back. All right, so let's set it up just the way they have it set up. All right. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Get the frame set up just like the graphic. And then, let's see. Clang. All right. Here's where the fun begins. Well, step number one is probably there we go. Gee whiz, should I have thank you. All right, that was a fun puzzle to get that inside of here. All right, so somehow this all has to fit under here. Oh, a goodie. Starting to think going from below might have been better, but okay. By sliding the FM8s around on the PCR, maneuver the assembly into the frame we assembled earlier. Slide the FM8s up against the 3030 beams and secure the M5 hardware into them. Okay, yep. Well, that's what we are struggling to do. Okay. Oop, there we go. So for lack of a better word, I am just twisting and trying to get these guys to go in at the same time. Oh, here you go. You were almost in there. Ha! Ha ha ha! All right, success. With that, off comes the sweatshirt because I'm cooking down here. All right. So we got one side in. May I get a hallelujah? Okay. The one thing that's a little tricky with this is that the clearance between these screws and with an Allen wrench rather, and where it hits that chrome rod is, oh, you suck. Well, I guess we have to use the other way. I wish I had one of those threaded torque set. I got a few, but like this, but it's too small. And as I've learned in the past, putting together an FT5 is that with T-nuts, I am definitely going to crank the hell out of them because I don't want them to come loose. Alright, there's another one. And that buzzing you hear in the background is my furnace. I apologize for that background noise. It is, after all, I am up here in Maine. So, alright, well, as luck would have it, I have one that is not wanting to thread at all. Come on, I don't want to have to pull all this out again. Alright, now, let's back you off. Okay, there. I am not a fan of the T-nut. Alright guys, come on. Let's make sure these guys are backed off enough. We don't have a repeat of what we just had. Alright, stinker. Oh, you're the one causing all the trouble. What I'm discovering is some of these require a little bit of a slight tug up to get into the lip of that rail. Although this particular one is fighting me. I don't understand because they were. Oh, there you go. Don't you move. Here we go. So the problem is that because you have to leave those loosened, the T-nut sags a little bit, which kind of blocks you from being able to get it up and in there that last extra millimeter. All right, you're in. I'll be honest, the only part of this I'm not looking forward to is the wiring. But we will cross that bridge when we get there together. I have you guys for moral support. Alright, if you guys are just tuning in, good evening, happy Friday night. My name is Paul. My YouTube channel here is Where Nerdy is Cool, where I cover all my fun hobbies. 3D printing, obviously one of the big ones. I also do cosplay stuff. I got a bat suit, I got a stormtrooper outfit. There we go, that's in. And plus some other stuff. But anyway, welcome. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Love to have you on board. This way you don't miss any of my cool content. And tonight we're putting together a FolgerTech FT-i3 Mega. It's basically like an i3 Prusa, but bigger. It's going to be about the same size and specs as a CR10. And just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. And if you're interested in the details of that printer, there it is. It's $349. All right, this kit's starting to have a little bit of mass to it. All right, and yeah, see, I got rid of the sweatshirt. Let's go and take it. All right, let's back out here and let's just double check the Y assembly is now complete. I guess so. Well, definitely has some play, but we'll worry about that in the next steps. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our Bible here, and Z assembly, dun dun dun. Okay, we knew it was coming. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 of those 3030 beams and a big old pile of T-nuts. Cool. All right, there they are. Something I'll mention, if you do buy one of these kits, I gave a little bit of feedback to John. When I received mine, these were wrapped up in packing tape. And of course, packing tape, when you unravel all that stuff, it leaves behind all that residue. So I wound up using Gloop to get a lot of that adhesive junk off of there. He mentioned in the future they were going to use Kapton tape, which of course, you know, doesn't leave any residue at all. So, but that's the one thing, if these look a little shinier than you would expect, is because they still have a little bit of that stickiness residue there, but I just didn't want them to be a magnet for all the loose filaments and things like that. Okay, so I need to grab a bunch of M5s again. The good news is the stack of parts is slowly whittling away. So what we're going to do is there we go. And you guys are welcome to chime in, say hello, mock, make fun, whatever you want to do. All right, and then big old bunch of these. So I'm way up here in Maine, so it's winter has hit. It has been freezing up here lately. It always seems to come sooner, but we already have a bunch of snow on the ground. Usually in November, you know, we might get a little fritz of snow and it would kind of go away, but nope, it's here to stay apparently. All right, I got a bunch of debris right there that I should get that out of there because it will be there for the life of the printer otherwise. All right, quickly look at that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some to clean that rail out. All right, it might be a little overkill, but hey, let's do it. All right, there. Just wanted to make sure we got a little bit of the debris from the plastic. All right, let's line these up to make our life easy. All right. With any luck, though. All right, number 1 is in. Woohoo! Hey, you know what? It's starting to look like a printer. All right. Let's spin these vertical here. All right, there we go. You know, I play back these videos and I notice I say all right a lot. So I'm trying to be very conscientious of that, but I am what I am. All right, that's in there. How about a quick little... All right. One thing they say is to make sure they are square with the lower frame. And the other thing they ask is to make sure it is square. Alright, so on that side. So one thing I'm noticing comparing here is this one definitely has a bit more of a gap. So we're going to loosen that guy. Stick this in here. There we go. Because we want to make sure this guy's square. So I'm measuring between one of these mounts, and we look to be good now. So just an extra step just to make sure. Then they mention it in the instructions as well. Kudos to them. So we would have been off by, I think it was going to be a 0.9. Because it's 47.11. Yep. Yep. Good deal. Alright, I'll shut that off. Alright, that's a good step. I wish I'd made the frame square or double checked that before I got this far, but all right. Damn it, I did it again. I said I didn't want to use the word all right. Here we go. That's better. All right, now this is shown from the rear. Got it? So we'll flip this around and Alright, so we're getting through the structural stuff now. like a big London bridge, isn't it? Let's just bring this over. Can't say enough, if you do get one of these kits, definitely get one of these part organizers. It'll make life a little bit easier. Alright, and then I keep doing it, I keep saying alright. I'm just looking at my other printers here, and I don't know, it's going to be about the same size as the CR10. I got a CR10, I got a TiVo, and I got a TR10 over there, so I think size-wise they're going to be really, really close. One thing I do really like is it doesn't have the stupid inserts. I'm not a fan of the color inserts. I pulled them off the TiVo. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We're building a FolgerTech FT-i3 Mega. It's essentially a upscale Prusa i3 clone, which of course is what the CR10, CR20, TiVo Tornado, you name it. Everybody's doing the same thing with their own parts. Alright. Jeepers, did you line up the first try? No way. Alright, I'm just going to do that one here. And just make sure that's I'm just using the other piece here just to make, oops, well that was a fail. That was a fail. Popped out of the channel on me. Alright, that looks flush. So what I'm doing is I'm giving these guys about a half turn loose because I want them to be flush not only on the sides but on the top. How big a piece can I print on this? This is going to be, I thought if I checked my homework here, this was going to be 300 by 300 by 300 millimeters. No, wait a minute. 400. Yeah, 400. So it'll be taller. Alright. I know, I said I wasn't going to say alright anymore, but I have a problem. I need to go to the Betty Ford Clinic. Okay, we'll do the next side. Sorry, that's not a very exciting camera view right there, because everything's happening over here. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving, and you guys are probably tired of turkey sandwiches already. I was devastated to realize I went to go visit my parents today to go assist them with something with their computer, and they had given away all the pie. I gave it to my brother when he left because they were afraid they would eat it. My brother got the chocolate cream pie I was after. One less Christmas present, I say. That's fine, I didn't really need it. I cheated yesterday and had some. I've been pretty strict on my keto diet, so I generally don't have that stuff. Alright, and then this right here. I don't know if the camera shows it at all, but since February I am down just over 37 pounds. A lot of work. Not the easiest thing I've ever done. Alright, so I'm trying to line that up just right. I miss my carbs, but there we go. I am now giving these guys all a little bit of a half extra twist here. The nice thing with this ACM material, which stands for aluminum composite material, it's basically two thin pieces of aluminum, and it's got like a plastic in the middle as a sandwich here. I know with the melamine, the pressure board stuff we had before, I was always concerned tightening it up, it would pop. You know, if you ever built a entertainment center or a bookshelf or other inexpensive furniture like that, sometimes if you over torque them, that would suck. All right, now that has been done. These guys have been attached to the rear. Now, more fun continues. So we're getting to the spot here where the hardware they show me having I don't necessarily have. Meaning the screws, the M5 by 25. Okay, good. So there are some spacers in here. So that's what these pieces were. Very good. When you first skim through the guide here, there's a few things where you're going, well, I don't know how that's going to work, but okay, that looks interesting. But fortunately, I'm looking at some of these things going, okay, that makes sense. So that's promising. Well, I have a couple 25mm screws, but I'm not sure these are the right ones. M5 by 25mm. See, I've run out of what they've included, at least for that section. I got 40, 45, 20, 25, let's see. And, oops, I have a, you have stolen my chair and you have to go. Oh, by the way, everybody say hello to Molly. She's helping out tonight. Bye. Yes, I know. Your life is so rough. You'll have to use any of the 9 other chairs down here to nap. Okay, So the thing that I'm noticing is I'm just hoping that these being socket heads are not going to be in the way of anything. And I suppose what I could do, let me just grab a, let me go to their website, see if I can grab a picture of that thing. I don't think it's going to make any damn difference. Yeah. What they're showing is they're showing cap screws. Let me go back to that angle here. And the only screws that I have are socket head. So I don't know if that's an oversight in the kit, or again, this kit was an early version, so. I don't think it's going to make any darn difference what kind of screw it is. Okay. So just looking at how everything is going to line up. And then we have the spacer, which accounts for this. Just focusing on the instructions here for just a second here. Alright, so then I need some M5. Let me unravel this camera here so you can see what I'm mucking with. Alright, mouse, go to the external view. Alright, so we got this guy here. Get these pieces. Okay. Okay, let's get that one started. You learned how good your dexterity is here when you're trying to get these to start. And so while I have the camera right here, see, here's my issue. The kit doesn't quite include enough of these. And I noticed that I had some of these included. So I'm using the sockets on because I have 4 of those versus just 2 of these. So I'll mention that to John. That's the second time I've apparently run out of hardware, and that is, I'm sure it's been corrected in the newer kits, but still worth bringing to his attention just in case. All right, then. Okay, that's somewhat tight. I'm not going to go crazy tight. Then the fun part here is getting in here. I should have a socket set that will fit that. Almost. I think a socket driver is going to make a world of difference. Okay, what could you be? Could you be that? Oh, did I get you in the first try? Oh. What a wonderful world. Now, I find oh, but will you fit? I have the wrong tool for the job. I need the extension. I have a lot of tools, but not the right one. Haha. If I knew what I did with my socket extender, that'd be great. Let's see, the other day I took a printer apart and well, I guess for now, this will have to suffice. I thought I had a socket set handy that would make that a little bit easier, but I don't know where it is. Might be in my tool bag for R2-D2. Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. All right, so that one is in. And this one is in. And they feel flush. Hooray. All right. Okay, apologies for the long pregnant pause. My name is Paul. Welcome to Where Nerdy is Cool. We're putting together the FolgerTech FT-i3 Mega. You are welcome to give a shout out, hello, say where you're from. This is going to be 300 by 300 by 400. Pretty good size printer. Same specs as a CR10. I don't know how far into the build we are. Let's see, page 21 of 55, so yeah, we got a ways to go. But we'll slog through it together. And with any luck, if anyone else has one of these printers and they're looking for an interactive guide on how to get there, they can just fast forward through some of the better portions of this video for a little bit of help. If you wish to subscribe to my channel, that'd be wicked cool. I'd appreciate that. Oh yeah, I meant to mention I also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/where nerdy is cool. I would love to have some people. Hello, Matt. Where are you from? Matt, this was provided to me by FolgerTech. They are one state away. They're in New Hampshire. I'm up in Maine. And was chatting with Mr. Folger about this printer, saying, hey, this would be kind of a lot of fun to try to build. All right. Oh, I'm not a fan of this. This is a case of I don't have the right tool, so it's driving me crazy. Dun dun dun. No, I'm not by Portland. I'm further up north. I'm actually across the river from Bangor, so I'm pretty far up there. But no, I had a fairly good time putting together the last FolgerTech. I still have issues with my other FT-5, largely related to the melamine bed, but still a good time. Didn't enjoy the wiring aspect of it. The wiring was definitely my least favorite portion of the build, just because there was so much to do. I'm looking forward to his new printer, the FT-6. He's made a lot of improvements on how long it takes to get that printer together. I was chatting with him a little bit about some of the things he was doing, and I'm impressed. And he's also been really good about feedback. So any printer manufacturer that listens to their customers, I have big respect for. All right, I gotta find the right part. I will be right back. Okay, I think I found the right part I needed. Hurrah! Let's see, Washington State. Wow, hello. All right, so I think I got the right adapter piece to make this all work. I hope. All right, we got that piece there. And hey, I just used that adapter recently. It's going to turn up just as soon as I give up. Yeah, because I wanted to be able to... That would definitely make this easier, but... Son of a gun. Alright. Maybe this one will give me a little bit better time. It's just hard to get in there and hold that in there. Ah, Portland, Oregon. Haha. Yeah, you're on the West Coast for sure. I've never been there. I've been to... Where did I go in Oregon? I was in Coos Bay. Yeah, Coos Bay is the name of it. My girlfriend at the time, she was from Desert Hot Springs in California. And her and her friend and I jumped into a very tiny Mustang and decided, hey, let's drive all the way from Southern California to Oregon and go visit family. That's when you find out how much you get along. I've never had a Delta printer. I've seen a lot of people work with them and do things with them, and the Rootstock, I guess, is one of the most popular ones. All right. I said I wasn't going to say that. I said I was going to stop saying all right. I can't help it. I apologize. Now, let's go back to the instructions here and just make sure we followed every step. So we do have these guys in. We have them in properly. The screws are coming in from inside. And we have the spacer, we have this, and we haven't done anything. And we have to make sure that pinch bolt is facing the front. Oh no, it doesn't face the front on the other side. I got it upside down. Haha, damn it. Okay, that's fine. We can back that off and if I played around. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is gonna suck a little. All right. Well, I'm glad I caught that in the instructions now. I would have been upset with myself if I were 4 or 5 pages down the road. Yeah, make sure the pinch bolt on the S-Key 8 is facing the front. Yeah, otherwise it's you really can't access that from the back side. My goof, but fortunately it's not the worst. Alright. It is really hard to get this plier between that clamp and this rail. They really have. With the FT-5 instructions before, how do I say it nicely? I mean, they had the parts but laid out, but they were photographs, and they were low resolution photographs. So that wasn't a lot of fun to work with. At least now that it's CAD-like drawings. When I put together my Ultimaker original, their directions were just absolutely amazing. The only trouble with them was, you know, they're in Europe, so I think there was a little bit of their English is a little bit different than our English kind of thing. So there were a few parts of where their steps, you had to kind of step back and read them out loud to yourself to see if it made sense. Whereas some of the instructions I've gotten from my other Chinese printers are just, they make no sense whatsoever. Okay, so this time The adjustment is on the front, which is good because obviously if we're going to be putting the Z-screw in here, we're not going to be able to do anything if the we can't tighten it if we can't access it. Can't remember his first name. Sparrows, I think. He's a gentleman that does all the documentation. And he's really done a good job with this one. Alright, let's see if I can get you in here and finagle an angle here. Nope. And I'm being visited by my kitten. Well, actually he's going to be a year old in 2 days. Theodore. Theodore is by far the smelliest cat I have ever had. I don't know what it is about him, but he is just, he's a stinker. And how do I know he's here? Because I have a heater running and he's sitting right in front of it. How you doing, buddy? Say hello to everybody, you little stink pot. I think you're gonna need a bath. I know you're not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about giving them to you. But God, you're a big cat. Not even a year old. All right, buddy, go fly. Okay, so now the big thing that was, oh, I'm sorry, let me, so this was the gotcha that got me, okay? I didn't have these guys facing the front, and I do have them on the other side here. Otherwise, when we put the gantry in there, if these were facing the back, there's just no way you could adjust. Well, I mean, you might be able to get at it, but on one of these sides, I can't remember which side, is where all the electronics are going to set. So, yeah, it would not have been a good situation at all. Next step, please. Oops, back up. Okay, grab the X assembly we built earlier and slide the PCRs to the SK8s we installed in the last step. You may need to adjust the X sense to get to line up correctly. Let the end of the PCRs rest in the 30-30. Adjust the T8 screws so that the assembly rests on the FM2s. All right. Damn it, I did it again. Sorry, guys. Seems like every step we go, we're getting more and more mass on this thing. Okay, first step is going to be we have to get these guys right now. I'm manually cranking the Z screws so they are way up and out of the way here. Alright, the good news is one of the things I was worried about yesterday is when I was sliding the rods into the X blocks, I was using a hammer just to make sure they were going in as far as they could go in. I didn't really have a guide to tell me how long this is supposed to be. Well, the good news is these Z screws are very happy to rotate freely. Oh, stop. So right now I'm just making sure that these set screws are super loose. Well, left tap maybe? I got one in. Well, that took a bit more TLC and love than I anticipated, but we okay, so these are just resting on the rail. Let me move to our external camera here. So what we've done is we loosened up that screw and just kind of pushed them in. It does require a little bit of force to get in there. We had to kind of slap him down, and they are they're both, I'm sure there's going to be some way to hold that in there, but they seem to be happy at the moment. Okay. Let the end of the piece rest there. Adjust the T8 lead screw so that the assembly rests on the FM2s. Well, right now they're resting on the spacers. I think what they mean is lower this down so that the whole thing is down. Oops. Come on. There we go. Keep going. Trying to get it so this is all the way down here. There we go. All right, so what we're trying to do, just so you can see from the external cam here, we want to get these guys touching here, just as they are in the picture. Almost. There we go. All right. Okay. And then from the side, you can see where each one of those is sitting on top of the spacer. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't Weston. Hello. You know, I've seen just so you're aware, and I'll give you my thoughts. I've seen a lot of posts where guys will say they've gone from the E3D to the Micro Swiss and it's been so much better. And then I saw a post today where a guy was going, I've had no luck with the Micro Swiss, I'm going with the E3D and it's been nothing but awesomeness. So it's kind of confusing to keep track of all this stuff. I think a lot of it also boils down to what kind of filament they're using. I mean, there are obviously different quality out there. Obviously I only print on PLA for the most part. I do have some more exotic filaments, but so far that's working very, very well for me. I'm using Ziltech filament, and it's done a great job on that hot end so far. So everyone has a different configuration, so it's good to hear that you've got that and it's working very well. Trolling for dollars, howdy y'all. Let's see, I told myself every half hour to give a little blurb, so I am going to give the blurb. The blurb is, welcome to my channel. My name is Paul. This is where nerdy is cool. We are putting together a FolgerTech FT-i3 Mega. This is essentially another long series of i3 clones that you guys have all seen all over the place. This is a Folger's version of it. This is going to be 300 by 300 by 400, which is pretty much identical to the CR10s, Tivo Tornado, and you name it. There's all kinds of varieties out there. Bottom line is the one that get exactly right. A quick mention, if you are not a subscriber to my channel, please become one. I would love to have you as a subscriber. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy your feedback. And so far, in doing this for almost a year, I can't remember how many I got. I think I'm 1,700 subscribers or something crazy like that. It's been really fun. I've got a lot of good feedback from people, and they seem to appreciate what I'm doing. So, cool. So, that said, okay, cool, you subbed. Awesome. Thank you very much. I also have on Instagram, where nerdy is cool, and Facebook, where nerdy is cool. So if you're looking for a whole bunch of activity from me, that's where you're going to find it. I don't do a tremendous amount of live streams. I try to keep them short. I try to keep them under 2 hours. I know some guys do live streams that go on for 3 or 4 hours, and I just can't imagine anyone wanting to go back and sit through that. So I try to make my live streams so that, especially if it's something useful like this, people can kind of clip through there and get the best parts of it. I like to do videos. I try to do one a week. I know there's a lot of people out there that put videos out on everything they can think of. I'm not that guy. I try to make videos that I want to watch, and I also enjoy helping people out, thus the Octoprint tutorials and things of that nature. I've learned a lot about this tech in the last 3 years, and it's my fun way of giving back. Always fun to learn something new. So the step we're at right now, so we just completed this. The only thing I'm seeing right now that makes me a little concerned is these rails are kind of going outward here. But I'm sure we're going to put something on here that might straighten these things out. Oh, a 3-day long? Yeah. Yeah, see, yeah, I feel the same way. There's some long videos I like to watch, but I know me. And all I can do is create the content that I know I would want to watch. Everyone has a right to make whatever they want to watch. I mean, I know there are some guys out there that print with a spool of filament and as fast as they can and put out a video on a filament review. They can have it. That's fine. But there's a lot of people that try to keep up with their YouTube metrics. Obviously, the more you post, the more frequent you post, the better. And there's a fair amount of people that's what they're chasing. So they're chasing the money. I'm not making much money doing this, but I'm having fun. So, as I said, let me go ahead and let's go back to the instructions. And as you can see, so we have achieved this. The one thing I'm seeing that I like is that this is moving very well on the x-axis, so that's cool. So let's go to our next step here. All right. You know what? You guys have got to help me here. I keep telling myself I'm not going to use the word all right. I keep doing it. It drives me bonkers. I need to use a different euphemism. I need to use a different euphemism. We've learned a word tonight. Euphemism is our word of the day. Okay, so we have 2 Z-rod holders. That must be the clear plastic pieces I saw in here. Or no. These are the new ones he just sent me. Very cool. All right, so I have these 2 pieces. We have 2 stepper motors we get to deal with. Don't worry, I'll put the view back here in a second here. I'm going to include you in every step of the way here. And stepper brackets. Okay, let me go back to the tray here. I'm getting all the parts and stuff set up so that we can share this together. Somewhere in this tool bunch is a mouse. Here it is. All right. You know what? I just said it again, didn't I? So if you are wondering what I am looking at, the one thing I am noticing is there are some new pieces that came with this kit because it's using a different Z-screw. And Z-rod holder. Now, the pieces that came with the newer update, this is the one. But there's also these clear plastic ones. Interesting. Let's look at the instructions here again real quick. Yeah, trolling for dollars. I agree with you. Yeah, you're doing it right. I would watch your stuff. I like the way you're doing it. All right, let's see. So this is going to go up in a certain way. I'm just trying to think how much of this I can assemble ahead of time. This is very clever. This is going to work out really nicely. Looking at the direction, this says secure a stepper bracket flush with the top of the 30 beam. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's go ahead and secure stepper bracket flush with the top of the beam using 2 M4 by 10 millimeter bolts. M4. Now, the catch is these all look alike. So we have that, and then we have a different kind of T-nut. We have an M4 T-nut. Do we really? Oh, I hope I'm not missing more hardware. have the M4 screws, but I do not see the M4 T-nuts. I have M5 all over the place. But I'm not done looking. Okay, let's try this. So there's a little bag I found here. And with any kind of luck, those are the M4s I need. Oh, they are. Okay. Otherwise, I would have been SOL. Alright, where am I at? I'm at 138. Okay, I told myself I was only going to do this for 2 hours because I like to break this up into 2-hour segments. These have to go on flush, so I need to make sure I have a flat piece of metal right here. To do so, let's find the right Allen wrench ahead of time. What I am doing is I'm trying to get these to grip just a little bit. Don't know if this is the best way to do it. I'm sure there's probably better ways of doing it, but I am just pushing this flat against that top piece and hoping for the best. Let's tempt fate. Level. One side is done. That, what you hear in the background, that is not my nuclear furnace. That is my oil burning furnace. Welcome to winter in Maine. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if anyone cares, I do have Super Chat turned on with Facebook. I'm sorry, with YouTube. I don't know what it does any differently than the other chats, but it is there. Okay, once again, we're going to try to get these guys good and flush. just going to try to get one side kind of grabbing here. Okay. Alright, so we're just using that piece to make sure they are flush here and flush here. If anything, that could go in slightly. So I will back you off a half turn here. And it's a lot of coordination to hold all these guys up here, but better. And we'll give you guys a little bit, torque you guys in a little bit. Let's see. No fighter jets here. I wish. Actually, there'll be fighter jets taking off here in a little while. When I wrap this up in about 15 minutes, I'll be jumping onto DCS World. My friends are very eager to do some flying tonight. And secure stepper. I'm looking at the instructions one more time here before I move to the next step here, because the only thing I have up there, I got the brackets mounted. Good. And we're going to use M3x12s to secure the stepper motors in place. Good. So am I left to assume I got to pull up? Secure stepper motor bracket. Flush with the top of the yeah. Oh, you buggers. 1.3 from the edge. 1.3 millimeter. This is what happens when I get carried away and don't read the instructions, right? So I need to increase some spacing. Oops, 1 through 2. What are you doing, Theodore? 1.3 millimeter from the edge. Well, how in the world am I going to measure 1.3 millimeter from the edge? That's craziness. Well, it did seem too good to be true. Yeah, I wish I had something that was 1.3 millimeter. I got the calipers, but it's really kind of tough to get a teeny tiny measurement like that. Besides just kind of eyeballing it and going, yeah, it looks right. .3, huh? That's about oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks. Alright, well, the only thing I can really do I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give it my best guess, but it's gonna be real close. Alright, caliper, where are you? 1.3, huh? Jeez. Well, I've eyeballed it. It looks like it's about 1.3. All right. Well, the clear piece is going to go on top of this. Let me swap cameras. So as you can see, so we got plenty of room before where this guy goes on. So apparently we're going to have to lift that rod up. So this is where all my hammering may come back to bite me. Oh boy. Slide a Z-rod holder onto the PCR. Right, but our Z-rod is getting these Z-rods out. I mean, they're not tightened, but boy, they're super tight. So stepper motor is going to go up top like this. Making our spacer friend. Then somehow we have to get in there to attach all that. Okay, well, before I get carried away with that, let's see about getting... Aha, okay, there's one, there's two. All right, we got movement. Oh, I don't really want to tap on you, but... Okay. See, this is why I was wondering if the gantry was... if these rods were pushed all the way into these gantries, because I was slamming on them just to make sure. Actually, what I can do is have even more fun. Just pull everything out. All right. These Z-screws just want to turn so freely. It is remarkable to me. So we may have found a good spot to continue tomorrow. Because I still wonder if that should go together a little bit more or not. Because it feels like that should go a little bit more. You see what I mean, Vern? What's happening is it feels like there's a little bit of resistance. Oh, you're in. Good. Where's dude number 2? See, it's just a tad out. I'm not sure why. So I'm wondering if there's something. There we go. Nope, that's a good sign. So the way that those X sliders slide into each other, they went in with really stiff because, of course, the material has a fair amount of shrinkage, which he accounts for in the drawing. But now that I've kind of given them a little bit of love tap, and I was just praying that there was nothing going to crack, it looks like I might have a fighting chance of actually going in a bit easier than previous. It still feels like there's a little bit of room for these guys to give a little more. All right, come on. Aha! We have motion. So the clear piece is going to go up here. Let's see. So yeah, this has to go all the way to the very top. a stinker. Okay, the good news is that is at the very top of that. Good. So now it's a matter of working this. Okay, this might work. This might work okay. Alright, so now we have the M3 by 12. So the good news is I can line these up in advance, at least for those first 1 and 2 anyway. Good, because that back one's going to suck to get at. Oh, this might start to make sense to us. You guys got quiet. Oh, you'd mentioned the caliper. Yeah, it's just that there was just such a small distance, you know. But you were right. That small part right here, yeah. And that's pretty much. If it's off by the slightest amount. So the good news is I still can access that bolt if I need to move this in a little bit. I think we're okay. 1.3. This one's a little bit more. Yeah. Thank you, Trolling for Dollars. You made a very, very good suggestion. Don't know why I didn't think of the bottom of the caliper, but I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. You get a star. Okay, so the very bottom of this caliper right here. There. Quick double check. Yep. Yep. Oh, that wasn't the answer from God I was looking for. There we go. Well, let's think of it this way. I learned so much doing it the first time. The second time will be even better. All right, where's my top guide? You were right there. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get you just a little snug. Now the other side. Again, we're not going tight, we just want them to stay up on their own a little bit. And then, using this bottom section for 1.3. Boy, if you have a second set of hands for this step, it helps. Okay. Let's get the external camera going here. Okay, so we are we do have that 1.3 millimeter gap. As you can see, we've got the this guy is in. This is bolted into place, and I don't know if the cable will allow me to go around here, but we have. Sorry for the. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it. Sorry. Same story here, though. Dun dun dun. All right. So many cameras. All right, guys. What do you think? We're making some progress on this thing. So it's going to be the same story on this side. We're going to have to work this piece on top. That piece is not happily fitting that at all. Come on. Because I bashed you with the hammer. You know, this thing has some residue or something stuck in there. What are you doing, Theodore? Yes, I speak to my cats as if they're going to give me a response. Sorry. When you live alone. Alright. Well, this guy is really going to have to toe in quite a bit. That's why I was so concerned about how good this was going to work out. Alright, you. Boy. I just feel like I can see this thing bending inward. But let's get it in there, and well, this thing's the same way too. Well, we'll see how it travels up and down. Who's the last one? Right here. Well, I stand corrected. It's actually it's moving around. Ben, how are you? Ben, I'm building a printer. I haven't eaten my hat, and I'm not swearing my brains out yet. But the night is young. Okay, let me flip this around and show the amazing progress we have made. Okay, so my concern was these rods went into these printed pieces super tight. He prints these in ABS. I don't have ABS. I printed them in PLA, but PLA doesn't shrink as much as ABS, so the fit was no good. The bearings were sliding right out. What I like is this is moving very nicely. Then we got the rod gantry. That's happy. This to me, and maybe it's an optical illusion because it's so shiny, but I keep feeling like these pieces aren't in all the way. But I've tapped on them with a hammer. You know, the night before last, you know, I was banging away on them, so those rods aren't going any closer together. So putting these in, these feel to me like they're kind of going doing inward. But by moving this around, they seem to be, I mean, there's some serious, is there binding? I can't tell with the Z-screw is bouncing around on me. But they seem to be moving, but of course I can't really test that with these guys falling out. So I don't know. The other, the alternative would be to dismantle the gantry and replace these inner pieces again. Not unheard of course, but well, okay. Now see, the minute I move these guys around, these guys are dropping. So we shall see. We shall see. So that is where I'm at on this step. And let me just show you guys. Okay, so we've done this. The connectors are facing the back. Good, good, good. I'm going to turn off that heater. So yes, this is where we're at. And I believe our next step would be, yeah, our couplings. Now he gave me newer ones. Boy, these aren't the type I like. These guys are not my favorite ones. Oh, I try to do this every couple of minutes, but hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Paul. My channel name is Where Nerdy is Cool. If you are not already a subscriber, please become one. I'd love to have you on board. This is a FolgerTech FT-i3. The print dimensions are 300 by 300 by 400. It is basically a Mega as an upscale version of the Prusa i3, which of course is not super original because everyone is doing it. Thus the design here, the CR10S, the CR10, and the Tivo Tornado. All of those that I have sitting off camera. Yeah, when I got this and I was reading through the documentation, I was like, wow, top mounted, huh? And he says, yeah, he goes, that's been a big topic of debate among guys, and so we'll see. Full disclosure, FolgerTech sent me the kit for free. He said, hey, do a review on it. Let me know what you think, and put it together. Make a video or do whatever. It's all yours. But certainly, give us some feedback. And outside of a few small pieces of hardware I've been missing, this was a beta kit. So the newer kits are out now. That's why I received a follow-up package with the new Z screws. But John has some interesting takes on things. These black pieces, this is all ACM. It's aluminum composite material, basically thin pieces of aluminum sandwiched between plastic. And yeah. All right, can I move you around when you're unpowered? Yes, I can. All right, let's read the instructions and find out what fresh hell awaits me. Spin the stepper shaft until the flat side is facing toward you. Rotate the 5 to even the coupler until one of the set screws is facing the same direction. Yep, got that. Slide the coupler onto the stepper shaft about halfway. So about halfway, huh? So, well, halfway from what? I should probably flip this back towards me. I'm proud to say that I did 0 shopping today. The only thing I purchased today is I bought a coffee at Dunkin' Donut. So that's what I did for the economy today. There we go. So he's saying rotate the, okay, yeah, so I got this thing facing towards me and about halfway down. Well, okay, that's about halfway. I'm going to reef on that. All right. All right, and then it says screw this guy in. Until they meet, then back them off. Okay. Okay. You don't have Dunkin' Donuts in Texas? Ben, I'm in Maine. You're in the South where there's heat. I was thinking, hey, you know what? I got a ton of vacation time. I'll go someplace warm. I'll go visit my friend Ben. I gotta learn firsthand about this IT guy here who's a judge. But if you're telling me in Texas they don't have good coffee, oh man. I guess I'm gonna have to visit all those hot women in Florida instead. You know, the only one I don't do is I don't do Starbucks. I just have no desire for the Starbucks coffee. What in the world? There's multiple set screws on this thing. Alright, are all these backed out? No. Wow, they're all screwed in all the way. QT and Waffle House. Wow. No, you know what? I am just that far in the boonies, guys. I just don't have that stuff. Alright. What? Look at the size of this cat. You are huge. What have you been in? Look at you. And you stink. I'm gonna have to give you a bath. Not your favorite thing. Oh. You ready? Oh. God, you're a big cat. And you are full of, what is that? You're full of styrofoam, so you've been in that box. I hope you're not eating that stuff. There you go. All right. North Vassalboro, Maine. Wow, you really have been up here, haven't you? Geez, I don't know whether I owe you a coffee or an apology. Not a whole lot up here, dude. All right, I think that's all the way in. That's what she said. Back you out. In. Out a little bit. Oh. See, when they say out a few millimeter, I have no idea how many. So I'm gonna making this crap up as I go. All right. Oh, you found a calibration cube. Thank you. Yeah, that would have been fun to step on. All right, so well, the good news is it seems to be going up and down all right. Two and a half years, wow. So the thing I'm seeing on this thing, I don't know if this is an optical illusion or not. No, it's for real. I'm noticing that the rods are completely parallel here, the flush, and then they kind of bow to the edge and then come back in for those fittings. So I just wonder what kind of fresh hell I'm in. All right, let's see if you go up. Come on, guy. Note to self, never print that big. Well, they aren't binding. Oh, this is fun as stepping on a Lego. Let me see if I can get the, let me use my external camera here. If I can explain. All right. Sorry, you're gonna probably get some feedback here. So, look at this. And look at the rail. And does it look to you like this kind of... Let me make you flush here. Does it look like it's bowing? And not bowing as in the aircraft maker, but I mean, that's a... So I think my gantry is a little long. Yeah. The thing that does it is that the mount for the motor has to be in 1.3 millimeters or 1.3 millimeters according to the instructions. Yeah. So all I can think of is that this somehow is too wide. That's why it's pushing. You get these two metal bars, and that is a little bit too wide. So it's okay in the middle, but then at the bottom and the top, it's curving here and here, you know, to fit. Are the motor mounts the same, or is one of one side? No, they're identical. Well, yeah, Ben, I think you nailed it. It could be the tolerance issue with the printed part. Yeah, because I printed these in PETG, and of course it's stringy. So, but it's not the end of the world if I get to unbutton that and replace those. Yep, that's why kits are strange. But like I said, you know, this right here is working out really, really well. I think what I'll do is I'll send him a photo. Just to show my progress and see what he thinks. How far did I get today? I got to page 24 of 55. Well, I have the STL. The problem with I got this bar right across my face. Let me out. The problem with FolgerTech well, it's not really a problem with FolgerTech. It's just that the, for example, when I printed these guys, you know, in this fantastic material, the problem became. Do I have one here? Yeah, I got a spare one here. So what happened is that while it was tight going in, it would just slide out the bottom or the top. So it just wouldn't stay in there. And it was even worse with this one. As you can see, it's now in the bottom. Oh, and now it's out. So the STL is right. I think for whatever reasons, I printed these on 2 different printers. I think the catch is the shrinkage, whereas he's using ABS and I'm using PLA. It just wasn't going to work out. Okay, I got this back there. Good. A gazillion pieces. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I printed a bunch of these and they came out pretty good. I usually have really good luck with the I like how it's matte black. You know, usually black PLA 3D printed is very shiny and you can't photograph it for one. So what I could try doing is, what do I have loaded on the CR10S right now? Oh, I got Uncle Jesse Silver. I could try another one of those prints and see if that gives me any better results. I'd hate to take this all apart and just find out that, nope, same thing. But, I don't know, it's just really weird. I don't have ABS. I've never been impressed with it. It's such a pain in the ass to print with. It smells, it's nasty. What have you got, Theo? Oh, you have a servo motor. Okay. That's my cat playing with servos. All right. So what I'm going to do is I wanted to make these live videos, you know, 2-hour segments, so that if anyone else is putting one of these together here, they can scroll through them. I'm going to take a picture of what I got so far, send it to John, and go, help, what do you think? And he may say stop there and replace those X sliders. So I'll do that shortly. I thank you guys for watching. This has been fun. We made some good progress tonight. I'm going to hope to get a reply from him sometime tomorrow. He's probably recovering from the massive Black Friday sales here. But no, this has worked out pretty good. What was I going to say before I put all my toys away here? So probably tomorrow night, same time, I'm going to ask John Folger what he thinks about what I'm noticing here about these guide rods bowing inward so much. Yeah, it's just weird. It's really weird how it's doing that. And it's on both sides too, so I don't know. I think it's definitely these X slider pieces, but I'm definitely going to get a second opinion before I press on. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this stream. Again, as always, if you're not subscribers, please become one. You can follow me on Facebook. We're Nerdy is Cool. Same thing on Instagram. We're Nerdy is Cool. And yeah, until the next time, stay tuned and keep an eye on the Facebook page, and I'll let you guys know when I kick off the next live stream. Have a good night.